Hello, and thanks so much for tuning into The Jamie Show. I'm so very glad that you're here, and I really appreciate it if you've already hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't, would you do it now? Well, on today's show, I'd love to share with you a wonderful way of staying connected with those that we may not be seeing right now or that just live too far that we wouldn't be seeing them regardless of circumstances. And that is through a video meeting. So are you saying, but Jamie, I already attend video meetings for so many things, and I talk to my friends and family on the phone. So do I really need a video meeting? Or maybe we tried a video meeting and we all just kind of stared at each other without much to say, and I don't feel like it was much of a success at all. Well, I can certainly understand all of those reservations, but let me assure you that if you decided to host a little get-together, I think you would be really surprised to see the success that you can have when you have a theme. And I think the theme is what may have been missing from those impromptu conversations if they didn't go as well as maybe you had envisioned them going in your mind. Sometimes we kind of think of it going one way and it goes a whole other way. And of course, we need to be a little spontaneous with this because you never can plan for every scenario. But let me assure you that with a theme, a little bit of planning, and this is not planning for 6 months to put a little something together. This is just a few minutes of planning, and I'm going to give you a few ideas. Our family has been getting together every Saturday night at 7 in a Zoom meeting, and we've been doing that for over a year already. And honestly, sometimes it feels like more than a year because I'm like, wow, think of all the things we've done. And sometimes I'm like, wow, how could a year have gone by already? It feels like we just started getting together. And I will tell you that I have seen members of my family more often in this past year than I did when we were getting together in person, even though some of them live where I could almost walk to their home, right? Everyone just gets busy and you keep saying you're going to do it, and then sometimes we don't do it. It's also allowed me to get together with family members that are far away that I wouldn't have seen otherwise and reconnect with those in sort of a little family reunion as well. So in case you haven't guessed already, I'm a big fan of a little themed get-together. So what do I mean by a theme? And that is just a little bit of a plan. So will you play a game? And I'm going to give you some ideas. Will you do a little craft? Our favorite time recently has been getting together. Everyone just brings what they're working on. So someone may be coloring, someone may be knitting. I'm working on watercolors, and you do that on screen and everyone can see what other one's doing, and you can say, oh, how did you do that? And isn't that so great? And show me what you're working on. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy at all. So it can be a craft hour, and we've done that very successfully. If there's anything to celebrate, you can do a birthday or some sort of a milestone. And even if there isn't anything to celebrate, you can call it everyone's birthday for the last year and still get together in that way. And everyone can bake a cake or bring a cupcake, and you can still sing, and you can share stories and memories of past birthdays and things. Games do work really well, but only some. Something like a bingo. Yahtzee, that's another one. There's so many roll the dice games, so you can decide on one of those if you'd like to. We've played other games like Scattergories that have gone really well, and maybe you want to do that. We've done person, place, and thing. So you pick a letter out of the alphabet, so someone can pick it. And so again, they're interactive and they're involved, and then everyone has to write down a person, a place, and a thing. And then you share your ideas, and if you duplicate with someone because you pick something pretty common like pizza for a thing, if the letter was P, then no one gets a point. Neither of those people get a point that put pizza. But if you put something like popsicle and no one else thought of that one, then you get a point, and you played at 10 points or something. So there's lots of different games and ways to stay interactive. There's so many ideas online, and I know it can get overwhelming. But if you just pick one and then try it, because when you get together and everyone knows what they're coming to do, and then you get together, it's maybe 30, 45 minutes, you have a little get together, you could even, eat a meal together. There's so many ways to stay connected. And if you're feeling like, gosh, Things are a little up in the air right now. I haven't seen people. Some people are seeing people, but some people are far away and I wouldn't have seen them anyway, or wherever you are in all of that. By you taking control of this event and planning it, you can get a free Zoom account if you don't already have an account. You don't have to provide a credit card or anything. And so you can log on and then you just click schedule meeting, pick the calendar date, pick the time, and then you copy the invitation and you send that invitation to the few people that you'd like to invite. And then you log into your Zoom the day of the program and you start it by start meeting, and then you're in charge and everyone else comes on and you get to see them. I find that 7 to 10 people max is a good number. If you do more than that, it's a lot of people talking and it's hard to concentrate. But if you just wanted to do one good friend, that works too. So whatever you're thinking, if you've had a little inkling of, wonder if I should put this together. And maybe you've been waiting for someone else to invite you. Well, you can do it. You plan it. You invite people. I've invited people to my own birthday party. I didn't wait for them to put it together because I didn't know if they would. And it sounds a little silly, but it allowed me to celebrate the day. And if you just want to celebrate that it's warmer weather, do that too, right? Anything to look forward to the event and have fun and just see if it works, right? I mean, how are we going to know until you try it? So I hope you're going to give this a go, whether you use Zoom. Of course, this is not a, paid advertisement for Zoom. I'm just saying so many of us are so familiar with it now, but maybe you have another service that you use, or maybe you have an iPhone and other people do, and you can connect that way. Whatever way is going to work for you, it's so fun to get together. I think Gmail has a way of connecting people now. So whatever is going to work, even if you're not feeling too tech savvy and you're like, I don't know, should I try it? Yes, do it. Set up a test. See if you can do it with one other person. And if it works, then invite more people. And then schedule a little something fun to do and then make it happen. So many times, right, we'll say, oh, I'll get to it later. And it's a year later. And if you've been waiting to get invited to something fun like this, you can make it happen. So will you tell me? Have you done something like this? Are you thinking about it? Do you know something that works well on Zoom for a group? Please share in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And I can't wait to hear what little gathering you're planning. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Don't forget new shows every Wednesday, podcast, and so much more available at jamienovak.com. I will see you very soon. And happy planning, everyone. So long.